Hi, I'm Sybil Wickersheimer. I'm the set designer for Julius Caesar, and you will actually be able to see this space completely deconstruct, just like we see Rome deconstruct throughout the play, and we see the power struggles that play within the world of Julius Caesar. I ended up landing on this image of the statue of the leader that has been and is to come. It's pretty subtle, but as the walls start to break down and we start to get into the crux of the action of the story, more and more pieces fall away, and we see this statue and it's wrapped up and we wonder what it is. And then with the death of Caesar, the statue just sort of evaporates and goes away, and we're left with just some of the core materials of it on stage.
3, 2, 1.
I don't want to give the surprise away. So we ended up landing there with the set, and of course, as soon as you land on a set design, then you have to actually make that set design work. So you'll notice that the stage itself is left in raw materials. The black surface on stage is actually a rubber, and Shauna Cooper, our director, asked us to find a substance on the floor that could take the blood, the water, the mud, and there's other bodily fluids that you'll see in the show, that the floor gets a beating. So we had a lot to contend with, and then underneath the rubber is a layer of foam padding. So it's actually really comfortable to stand on, kneel on, fall on, and so on. And then it washes well. So it's a hardcore industrial material. The wall material actually came through a long process of discovery because we wanted to use melamine, but it's too heavy because they change the set over every day, right? And we actually have 120 performances of Julius Caesar, which is a lot. We started looking at other materials, and it's a cardboard covered with a laminate plastic surface. And both are actually recycled, which is very exciting. So when glued together, it creates a bond that makes it a really rigid surface. So the problem that we're discovering is that the edges are crumbling, right? Because we end up walking on this quite a bit. But you might notice that there are some giant crumbling pieces of the set up there. So I actually think it will all work towards the greater aesthetic of the set and make it not precious. And that is a really important part of the way that we designed the set in the first place, because we wanted to get it dirty. You'll see there's a lot of mud, and it's really important that we live in that natural element of it breaking down over time. The shop did take great care in the pieces that actually need to work on a daily basis with the actors, that they're actually coated on the back with special materials so that they can't crumble any further. So they're very careful in their choices of what we'll let fall apart a little bit and what we won't let fall apart a little bit, because we've already broken it apart. So in working with the three teams that I work with, there's the props department, the paint department, and the set department builds. They're led by Travis in this case. Tasia, the main carpenter, did the distressing up here. You know, it was really a process of discovery and how to break this material apart to make it look interesting, as well as a result of the brewing storm, metaphorically and literally, that's taking place. It's really important that once I conceive of the work, all of these teams come together to help me so that I'm not working in a vacuum anymore. We're making the dream of the show come to fruition, and we're doing it together collaboratively. And it's a fun ride, especially with the wonderful teams that they have here.